warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Asil Ahmed Mansour. I'm an IT student from AOU Riyadh branch under Dr. Sarah Al-Khatam. Our project was divided into two parts actually. The first part was the Windows server and the second part was the Linux server. On the Linux side, I started with the basic commands to get familiar with the file system and command line operations. Then I installed Nginx and set up a load balancing system using HA proxy with the round-robin algorithms. I confirmed that it was working well correctly by refreshing the page and seeing alternating responses from Ubuntu 1 and Ubuntu 2. Nextly, I implemented my SQL replication between two servers. I tested bidirectional replication by inserting data on one server and verifying it appeared on the other, and vice versa. On the Windows side, I set up peer-to-peer replication after installing Windows Server and SQL Server. I also configured Active Directory to handle user authentication. Finally, I created a scheduled task that runs a batch file daily. This batch file logs CPU and RAM usage and captures the current usage and saves the data to a log file for server monitoring. Also, I made the shared folder and the shared disk. It could be accessible from any other physical or virtual machine. First of all, in the SQL Windows server, I make the replication, the peer-to-peer replication that enables multi-master replication among several servers. As it appears here, I make the selection and insertion the first one, and it appears also in the second one after I make the selection. Also here, I tried to write the insertion query, then I tried to, in the primary server, to make the selection query, and it appears successfully in the both servers. And this videos appears to us the whole process. And here's some sources that helped me, and I hope to help the next trainees. And this shows the shared folder. I have been work on it in the network. It could be reachable from any physical or virtual machine. Also the shared disk. And the shared, also the batch file. Also the batch file that displays the RAM and CPU usage, logs and current user, and saves this data to log file. I also reschedule it to run daily using task scheduler to monitor the service status regularly. I have here three servers. The first one is the Nginx and the proxy server. This one accesses two Ubuntu servers actually. The first one that could be indirect or in or direct way that also achieve the load balancing system. The first proxy on the port 80 and the Nginx on the port 8080 to avoid any port confliction. And here is the coding file and configuration file for the HTTP proxy. And here is the Nginx installation and configuration file coding for the Nginx. And here is the HTML for designing the web server. And here is this video appears as the whole process for the Ubuntu 1 and Ubuntu 2 that achieves the load balancing by using the round-robin load balancing. When I just refresh it, once go to the first server and once go to the second server. After that, we have the WordPress browsing test. I have been creating this page and looked for it by the IP address in the web browser. Also, and here we have the setup SQL and installing and integrating services in the Linux server. Here, after I make applicating the replication on MySQL between two Linux